Go ahead and call our board briefings to order. Mr. Superintendent, do we have any public comments or presentation?
No, sir.
Will
I know Miss Johnson.
will we need a executive session?
Yes, sir. We'll need one for personnel, property, and student concerns.
Okay. Board members, we will go down the agenda, and if you have any questions or comments, uh, consideration of the approval of minutes from our mid-month board meeting held on Thursday, May 26th. Are there any questions, comments? A, minutes from budget hearing on Friday, June 3rd.
I have none.
Okay. Who was that? Miss Hutley?
She said she
Yes.
had none.
Oh, okay. Thank you, Miss Hutley.
Mhm.
All right. Item one, consideration of recommendation for employment of personnel. Are there questions or comments? Item two, consideration of recommendation for release of personnel. Item number three, consideration of recommendation to approve fundraising requests. Questions or comments? Item four, consideration of recommendation to adopt the FY 2023 budget. Are there questions or comments? Any committee reports? No. Oh, so hearing none, Superintendent, we'll turn it over to you for your report at this time.
Sir, we will have an addendum for the personnel addendum.
Yes,
We can
yes.
discuss in the executive session.
All right.
All right. Superintendent's update for June 13th, 2022. Want to take a moment to recognize Dr. Anthony Parker. As you probably know by now, he passed away last week after a brief illness following a medical procedure. And he served as president of Albany Tech for 27 years. He was a wonderful partner
Yes, you
and a good friend and mentor to me personally. His funeral service was held last Friday at Mount Zion Baptist Church, and Albany Tech will be having a memorial service for him this Wednesday at 10 a.m. for anyone that wants to attend. Please continue to keep his wife Sandra and his two daughters and son in your prayers, as well as the Albany Tech family. That's a tremendous loss, not only for them, but for us as a community. And so if you will do that, that would be great. I know much appreciated. As always, we'll go through our COVID-19 data, and we'll talk about our accreditation process, strategic plan, a budget outlook, and other items, celebrations, in executive session. COVID-19 data as of June 8th, which is the last date available, last day reported on the Department of Public Health website. The 7-day rolling average for new cases in Dougherty County is 9.14, as up from 3.43 on May 25th. Our 14-day spread is still considered low. Our 2-week change is increasing. Our PCR positivity rate is 8.5. Again, that's up from 5.2 on May 25th. Turnaround test time on testing is still averaging 40 hours or less. Our contact tracing time is steady, and based on the communication we received at the the Board of Health meeting today, the number of COVID-19 positive patients in Phoebe is 5. That's down from 7 the last time it was reported on May 18th. Our COVID vaccination update. Ages 5 to 9, 15.5% have received at least one dose. That's up from 14.2 as of the last report. Ages 10 to 14, 34.3%. That's up to 33.1% from the last report. Ages 15 to 19, 40.9%, up from 39.4%. As of the last report, we've gone up 3 percentage points from 57 to 54 for all Georgia residents having at least one dose, and up 2 percentage points from 51 to 51 from 49 for Georgia residents having at least 2 doses. I don't have a slide for the next item, but Cochnia, our accreditation agency, they have changed their accreditation process, and they informed us that our review was slated for, I think, was slated for the 2025, and they changed that, pushed it back to 2026 as they go through the new version of their accreditation process. And we'll be, we have a few people serving on those accreditation visiting teams, so we'll be well versed in what the new requirements are prior to that time for us to go through that process. Our strategic plan update, as you know, we had our board retreat. I think it was very well received by board members, based on what I understand, certainly by our members of the business community. Got a thank you from the chamber and several members of the group representing them for inviting them to participate and engaging in some frank dialogue about our way forward as a community. And it's already begun to pay dividends. We've had a couple of students get hired at Thrush Aircraft as recent graduates, and we are looking at having an internship with them, as well as creating new pathways for line workers, and a couple other pathways that we're looking at where there's a high demand for those jobs in the Albany Dougherty County community. So it's paying dividends. We're certainly going to keep working on that, and we're going to refine our strategic plan as we look at our Cochnia. We usually try to have our strategic plan follow our review, our accreditation process. So we're going to take another look at our strategic plan. We did focus more on COVID overtly beginning in spring of 2020, although we were still monitoring our strategic plan. Our baseline data is going to change because with the Georgia milestones, the state decided that they're going to have this become the baseline year. So all of the academic progress will be measured against this year moving forward. So we're going to change some of that baseline data once we receive the information from GMAS, and we'll reflect then on our academic targets. Race to Learn, again, that started last week, June 6th, goes through July 1st, and then we have a second session, July 6th through the 29th. It's slightly fewer than 6,000 students enrolled in Race to Learn initiative. Before we go to celebrations, I want to talk about the budget. Our financial picture is looks very good. We have a reserve of over $35 million. We did state at the last time we presented the budget that we had not gotten the final millage rate information from the county, so we did not know whether or not a rollback would be required. Since that time, we did get our final report from the Dougherty County Tax Office, and we will require a rollback for the millage rate if we don't want to advertise a tax increase. And so I think because of our financial position, we are able to roll back and not have a significant impact on our bottom line. As we look forward, though, I always have that conservative outlook in terms of budget, and although we are sitting on a record surplus, and you can probably tell by going to the gas station, going to the grocery store, prices are up significantly. And if you drive 1 million miles a year with buses, and you get 8 miles to the gallon, you can imagine how much of an impact that's going to have on our operations. So we're looking at that. We do have federal funding available that we can offset those increasing prices. That has already been requested and approved. So we can offset the impact on our general fund using ESSER funding. we don't want to do that. We want to use ESSER funding to have more direct impact on student achievement, items that are going to impact student achievement. However, we have to give them school, to have that impact. So we'll certainly take a look at that. We are looking at that. We don't see it being a major issue right now. We have the reserves to absorb any fluctuation or increase in or spikes in prices for fuel as well as supplies and food. But just let you know that we are keeping an eye on that as we move forward. Also, as you look at the across the country, the Great Resignation and the increase in wages, we've seen our position, and we have a salary survey that's done by Metro Research every year or so, and we try to be in the upper 50% of the state of Georgia, over 25% in South Georgia in terms of salaries. Quite frankly, we're not there anymore. As you see, Blaine Allen is resigning effective at the end of the month. He's our school nutrition director, and he not to put we can talk about the details in the executive session, but he made a decision for his family to move to try to find a spot closer to his home in Stone Mountain, to be there for his son. And that's a noble thing and an admirable thing for him to do, and I support that 100%. As we look at replacing him, we looked at the range of salaries, school nutrition. We were in the bottom 25% in terms of our salary range. When he came on board, we were in the upper 25%. I guess when you have people that stay a long time and they get 2% increases every year, versus people that leave and they ask for more, it inflates the salaries, and we have not kept up with that. So we're looking at that. I spoke to Ms. Hatcher about that today. In fact, and we're going to take a look at we looked at our hourly employees, our non-exempt employees last year, our custodians, our bus drivers, other workers. We made increases in their pay, and we need to do another one. But we have done that, but we did not look at our professional positions, and those are falling behind as well. There's a certain point where you look at sustainability, and we have to look at that. You can't do something that you can't continue to do. No sense in giving increases and then having to pull it back because of your furlough days, which is not what we we're close to doing. But we also want to look at sustainability. We have to be competitive. In those positions like Blaine's and other professional level positions, we recruit at least statewide, if not in the Southeast United States for positions like that. So we have to be competitive. We're going to maintain the level of performance that we have become accustomed to, and attract the level of talent that we've been able to attract recently. And so we're looking at that very hard as well. Just to let you know that we're faced with similar challenges as you hear about when you look at the news about talent, the talent gap, trying to attract talent, retain talent, and it's just like housing about a month ago was a seller's market. The job market is a buyer's market. People looking for jobs kind of dictate what's going on right now because they can get higher wages or salaries and excellent benefit packages in a lot of places, and we're going to be able to attract that talent. We're going to have to match, if not outperform, in terms of our salary offerings and benefit packages. Can't get in the bid anymore. We got to make sure our taxes stay low and we're good stewards of taxpayer dollars. But also we have to make sure we can attract and retain the talent that we need to deliver the services that we're required to deliver, to make an impact on the lives of the students that we've been called to serve. Just some thoughts that I wanted to share with you as we move forward toward the new fiscal year. Now to celebrations. We awarded more than $1 million in innovation grants for students. Flexibility and innovation are cornerstones of our charter system. That and community engagement. And so we were pleased to be able to, for the first time in 2 years, have an award ceremony where we issued innovation grants to our schools based on proposals they submitted. Each school has its own unique challenges. We share a lot of challenges. A lot of schools have their own unique challenges, and they identified some challenges they have, and they submitted proposals to address those challenges. And as a result, we had a committee of community members who brought varied expertise to the table. Some retired educators, a banker, a retired manager from Procter and Gamble, and representatives from higher ed reviewed each proposal using a rubric that was created prior to and scored. And those meeting the cut score were offered the grants. We had an event at Auburn High Complex where we had a ceremony, and you'll see pictures of those schools who received the grant awards. They were very excited, and we were very excited to see the results, and we certainly appreciate that. That last picture, I had 3 on the page. We had 13 schools, so I had 3 on the page. I couldn't get it, but and I kept international studies last for one other reason. Not only were they receive a grant for their innovative submission, innovative practice submission, they also were recognized for being the Charter System Foundation of Georgia Local School Governance Team of the Year. The Charter System Foundation of Georgia is an organization which most charter school systems in Georgia are members, is a member rather, and they have competitions every year regarding several different categories. One is the governance team, and our Dougherty County School System Governance Team of the Year competed, of course, and was recognized as the Georgia Local School Governance Team of the Year. So congratulations to Dr. John I. Davis and his team for exemplifying excellence that we have become accustomed from him and international studies. Now, not only do we know it, folks all across the state know it, and we're so proud of him and their accomplishments. Finally, our valedictorians breakfast. The state, the governor, state school superintendent, they host every year a breakfast for valedictorians, and we were represented. We being Dougherty County School System was represented by 3 scholars: Kenara Sawyer from Monroe High School, Zion Hurd from Dougherty High School, and Deanna Cunningham from Westover High School. They all participated in the governor's valedictorian breakfast this past weekend at the state capitol building in Atlanta. You see them there. They certainly represented as well as they have done throughout their careers in Dougherty County School System, and we look forward to great things for them as they move forward into their post-secondary careers. So congratulations to them. That's it for my superintendent's report, Mr. Chair. If it's the will of the board, we can move into executive session if you want to. If there are no questions, but I'll be happy to answer the questions if you have some.
Are there questions from board members? None? Okay.
Mr. Chair,
Ms. Huntley?
I move that we move into executive session.
Second.
All in favor that we move into executive session, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? We're now in executive session. So we. Yes. Sir. Okay, I think I got it. Okay. So we're gonna close our board briefing at this time, and we're gonna go into our regular board meeting, and we will stand for a moment of silence and pledge of allegiance. Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Mr. Superintendent, do we have any public presentation at this time?
No, sir, not that I'm aware of. Ms. Johnson? No, sir.
Do we have a motion to adopt the agenda, including item 2A?
Second.
All in favor of the motion say aye.
Aye.
All opposed say nay. The ayes have it. The agenda is adopted. Consideration for the approval of the minutes of the mid-month board meeting held on Thursday, May 26th.
Mr. Chair, I move that we approve the minutes.
Thank you. We got a second,
and I'll
right?
second it.
All right, we have a motion and a second. All right. Now, our budget, it have to be separate. Okay.
Oh, can we get a consent agenda for 2, 3, and 4?
Vote on the minutes yet?
No, we haven't voted on the minutes.
Okay.
I'm gone now.
All in
Y'all know
favor, all in favor of the minutes?
Mr. Chair, is that the minutes for the May 26th and the June 3rd? budget?
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I didn't include, June 3rd and May 26th.
Yes,
Okay? All in favor, did we get a motion and a second on that?
I
I,
seconded it.
I
All right.
motion.
All right, Ms. Hudley, motion and second. And
Second.
Ms. Strother, second. All in favor of the motion, for our minutes for May 26th and June 3rd, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, say nay. All right, I will,
Now you need my motion for consent for 2, 3, and 4.
yes, ma'am.
Motion to accept 2, 3, and 4 with addenda.
Second. All right, motion and second. All in favor of the motion, say aye.
Aye.
All
Aye.
opposed, say nay. All right, no opposes, so now we will adopt the budget. You'll get a motion to adopt the budget.
Mr. Chair, I move that we adopt the budget.
Second.
Second the
Poole.
motion.
All right, proper motion and second that we adopt the budget. All in favor say aye.
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 Opposed, say nay. We have no opposes, okay. Is there anything else that should come before us at this time?
Mr. Chairman,
Yes, Reverend Bush?
Mr. Chairman, I just want to convey again to the board that I thoroughly enjoyed the meeting down in Savannah.
Yes.
Yes.
I would like to list and get Mr. Dyer to get someone to get me acquainted with this system a little more so I can become a part of the not live but on the Zoom meeting.
Okay. He will get that taken care of, Reverend Bush.
Thank you, here.
Yes, sir. Oh, yes, there, we have an item, celebration Juneteenth. It's gonna be Saturday, June 18th, 2022, from 11 to 3 at the Government Center Plaza, 222 Pine Avenue, downtown Albany, Georgia. We've been invited to participate in this, the Juneteenth celebration. Okay, anything
Thank-
else? All right, motion to adjourn?
Second.
All in favor say aye.
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 Any opposes? We are adjourned. Thank you.